Hello, welcome back to Mind and Co Yoga. My name's Kayla. Honey is having a day. She's entering her teenage years, so she did not want to participate today. So if you want a video with Honey, I don't blame you. There's plenty others. Today is just gonna be me. Maybe she'll come up from her room. She's like locked herself in her room and is blaring rock music, she's a little crazy. Anyway, welcome to Mind and Co Yoga. Today, we are going to go through a feel-good flow. Simple postures, simple flow. Hopefully you can take a deep breath, clear your mind, and just, as it is titled, feel good. So go ahead, open a window, let that fresh air in, and meet me on your mat. Oh, and look who decided to show up. Are you done with your attitude? Are you ready to feel good and flow? All right, let's go. Welcome to your mat. Let's start with our eyes closed, if you feel comfortable. Our hands cupping our knees as we sit crisscross applesauce. Take an inhale as your shoulders roll up towards your ears. And sigh them out, let them fall. Good. Hold here. 3 breaths, 3 rounds of breath in silence. Notice how it feels to take time to just let your thoughts exist, let your body exist, to simply sit on your mat with your eyes closed. Know that you can do this every day if you wish, even if it's before you go to bed or wake up in the morning. The world is always welcoming you to sit in this space. Inhale as you arch your back, your chest pulls through your shoulders. Your belly goes down towards the cavity of your ankles. You can blink open your eyes if you would like. Take an inhale as you lift your chin. Exhale as you round, tuck your chin. Use your knees as leverage to roll all the way back. Tuck your chin as much as possible to get as most of a stretch in your back neck as you can. Inhale, roll forward, arch up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch up. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale once more. Gaze goes up, chest pulls through. Exhale, tuck and round. Good. Inhale back to neutral. And as you exhale, twist over towards your right knee. Both hands are on the floor. Your right hand behind you, left hand in front of you. See if you can gaze over your right shoulder. We don't need to crank our backs here. I know it's tempting to try and get that good crack in, but simply just warming up the spine. Take an inhale as you sink your tailbone into the ground, lifting up through the crown of your head. And then as you exhale, twist over towards the left. Your hands switch. 2 rounds of breath here. One last inhale. Exhale as you move back through center, roll onto your knees. As you walk your hands out in front of you, we're just going to go into puppy pose. So your hips go over your knees. As you walk your hands out, your chest falls down towards the ground. So kind of like child's pose, but this time your booty's in the air off of your heels. Let the crown of your head reach towards the front of your mat as the forehead touches the earth. We're here for 5 breaths, and if it's helpful to you, you can imagine your stress and worries and thoughts, or simply your gratitude, melting through your forehead into the earth. Three more breaths here. Maybe you walk your fingertips 1 inch further out in front of you. One more breath. Good. Inhale as you pull yourself through to Sphinx pose. So your legs straighten, your shoulders over your elbows. Zip your heels together, your thighs together. Take an inhale as you lift your chest, rolling your shoulder blades down your spine. Hold for the exhale. Pressing the tops of your feet, shoelace side into the earth. Take one more inhale here. A lot of back activation. And then as you exhale, tuck your toes and press your way into downward facing dog. Five breaths here. I invite you to find stillness. Oftentimes we want to wiggle around. That's okay. If you feel like you really, really need to, go ahead. But oftentimes we're able to find where we actually are, find where our body and mind are in stillness. Two more breaths here. Inhale as you lift your heels off of the ground. And as you exhale, bend your knees and send your hips over towards the right side of your mat. So your heels are going to move over towards the right side of the mat. Lift your left hand off of the ground. So we're pushing into our right hand. Our heels can meet our glutes and lift up and over through our left side body. Good. Inhale back through downward facing dog. Exhale, heels go over towards the left. Your right hand lifts. Side stretch onto the right side. Good. Inhale back through center. Right hand is the last part to meet the ground. Take an inhale as you lift your heels. Gaze forward, bend your knees. Exhale as you find yourself in a forward fold, top of your mat. You can move your hips or your feet hips distance apart or 2 fists away from each other. Take a generous bend in your knees and let your head hang low. Feel the gravity pulling out through your shoulders, your neck, through the crown of your head. Really give into this ragdoll position. Shake your head yes and no. Maybe move your tongue around your mouth. Open and close your jaw. Good, and then inhale as you halfway lift, flat back. Exhale as you fall back down, forward fold. Inhale, roll up vertebra by vertebra, all the way to mountain pose. Your hands by your hips, palms facing out. Glutes engaged, knees engaged, slight bend, shoulders pushing down, shoulder blades moving down your spine, slight tuck in your chin to elongate the back of your neck. Eyes can be closed. Take an inhale here. Sigh it out, exhale. Inhale, arms sweep over your head, gaze goes up. Exhale as you cactus your elbows, slight back bend. Inhale through center. Arms reach up. Exhale as you melt back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take another inhale here. Side out, exhale. Inhale, joy that exists all around you. And exhale, anything you feel is holding you back. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, find yourself in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall back down, forward fold. Inhale to chair pose, hips sink low, hands reach high. Exhale as you hold here. Can you sink 1 inch deeper? Good, a little bit more challenging than mountain pose, but one quotation that's been sticking with me lately is be where your feet are. In other words, try to not think towards the past or present. I know easier said than done, but if you can be present in the struggle, present in this chair pose, then you can be present in the reward when you take a big inhale and exhale as you straighten your legs and fall back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, high plank. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale your way to chaturanga, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, your right leg goes high towards the sky. And as you exhale, stack your hips, bend your knees, send your knee up towards the sky. So our hips are opening towards the right. You can take a couple ankle rolls here. Sighing out anything that you feel needs to be let out. Inhale as you straighten your right leg. Exhale as you pass through knee to nose. Maybe you give your knee a little kiss and then step it through into a low lunge. Hands stay planted on the floor. Back knee drops. Good. Hold here for 3 breaths. Option to use blocks to prop yourself up, or your hands can come to your front knee. 2 more breaths here. Can you find stillness? Can you reduce any fidgeting or fiddling? 1 more breath, big inhale. Exhale, hands drop towards the floor, tuck your back toes, and sweep it up into warrior 2, back foot plants. Bending into your right leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale as you hold. Inhale, lean forward, shift your weight forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Your left hand can go down your back leg or behind your back. Inhale as you pull your right shoulder up and back. And then exhale, straighten your front leg, triangle pose. Right leg or right hand goes down, left hand goes high. Hips shifting towards the back of your mat. Your gaze can be up or down. Option to close your eyes. Two more breaths here. Good. 1, inhale as you gaze down at the top of your mat. And then as you exhale, your left hand meets the floor. Bend into your front leg for a lunge twist. Your right hand goes high towards the sky. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale as you hold. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Good. Exhale, plant your right hand, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale here, lift your heels. And then as you exhale, roll forward, starting with your back. So you're going to end up in a high plank. Try to imagine that you're pushing your back towards the wall in front of you until you're able to roll into a high plank. Good. Take an inhale as you shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, open up your hip. Knee pushes up towards the ceiling. Option for ankle rolls. One more inhale here as you straighten your left leg. Exhale, passing through knee to nose. Maybe you give it a kiss. And then step your right or your left foot in between your hands. Low lunge. Both hands on the floor, right knee drops. Here for 3 breaths, your variation. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and then bring it up into warrior 2, left side, left knee bends. Take an inhale. Exhale, really sink down into your left knee. Inhale as you reach your left hand forward. Exhale as you reverse your warrior. Inhale, pull that left shoulder up and back. And then exhale, left hand goes down, right hand goes high, triangle pose. Your front leg straightens. Gaze can be up or down here for 4 breaths. Two more breaths. Good, inhale as you gaze down at the top of your mat. Exhale as you plant your right hand on the floor, bend into your left knee, and your left hand goes high for a lunge twist. Pulling up and out of that right shoulder. Two more breaths here. Good, inhale, gaze down. Plant your left hand on the ground, and exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, Malasana, squat your right hand on the inside of your right foot, left foot on the outside of your left hand, and your hips sink low. Maybe your knees can be on the outside of your elbows, hands in prayer, kind of like your little frog about to jump off. But we'll stay put. Good, take a big inhale. Exhale, hold. Inhale as your hands come to the mat. Exhale, send your hips high for wide-legged forward fold. Good. Your feet are probably the width of your mat right now, if not off of your mat. Take an inhale as you halfway lift. And then exhale, bend into your knees. Find yourself in a straddle. However you get there is fine with me. So your legs come out wide. We're facing the front of the mat. Try and keep your knees at least straight up, if not pointing a little back. We don't want to turn our hips in. That's going to hurt quite a bit. Take an inhale as you straighten your back. And then exhale as you slowly fold forward. We'll be here for 10 breaths. Finding a way to observe any discomfort and send gratitude to any release that you may feel. We're halfway there, 5 breaths left. Yoga doesn't have to be this elongated, slow, peaceful practice. It's often depicted that way, but at the end of the day, all yoga is creating space for awareness. So you can be doing something very hectic, very chaotic, very crazy. And right before you take another action, there's a millisecond, nanosecond of awareness, of responding rather than reacting. And all this yoga practice is expanding that nanosecond to 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes or so, or even longer sometimes. Expanding it so we can see what it actually feels like to be present and still and aware. It's an exaggerated form of what yoga can look like in real life, in the moment, in these chaotic situations. Inhale as you gently walk yourself back up. You can wiggle out your legs, let them come out in front of you. Good. Take an inhale here. And exhale, slowly come onto your back. However you get there is fine with me. Your knees bend, the soles of your feet on the ground as you windshield wiper your legs left and right. Good. Inhale here, come back through center. And exhale as your legs come out wide and long. Finally, Shavasana. Hands can be facing up. Feet wider than the mat. Shoulder blades tucked under. Eyes closed. I'll guide you out of it, but for now, just enjoy feeling the support of the floor, the support that you've given yourself through today's practice. You can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Very small movements. And take an inhale as your arms reach over your head. And exhale, both knees can come into your chest. A little ball. Feel what it feels like to just lay on your back, feeling this compression. If you'd like to stay here for longer, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can rock up and down and find yourself back in good old crisscross applesauce whenever you're ready, eyes closed. Your left hand comes to your heart, your right hand palm facing up on your knee. Maybe allow ourselves to feel good, entering in through our left hand, these feelings of happiness and joy. May we allow and facilitate others to feel good too, leaving through our right hand, feelings of support, actions of support. Thank you so much for coming to class today. I hope you use the rest of the day to fill your mind with good company. Namaste.